In this video, we are going to talk about Tao or Bittensor, look at some of its recent price action, the important support and resistance areas, and where we can expect the price of Tao to go in the next few days and weeks. So we'll start by looking at the weekly chart, and what we can see here is that Tao has been dumping very significantly in the last week and in the last couple of months, and it very clearly now lost the support area that we talked about in previous videos. I did say in the recent videos that Tao already closed a weekly candle below the support area and that it will most likely continue dumping all the way down to the next support area of about $210, $220. And as you can see, Tao actually went all the way down to $220 or so, and it is now at $230. Tao failed to hold the support area of about $290 that it held for many months for a big part of 2025. And since losing it, it continued to dump very aggressively. And now, as I said, the next significant support area would be the area of about $200 to $220. And with Tao currently being at 230, the chances of it now getting a relief rally are a lot better, but I still think that most likely it will continue to struggle at least for a couple more weeks. I think that it will most likely continue to go lower and deeper into the support area and probably test the area of about $200. And then once it goes a bit lower, if we see Bitcoin starting to do a lot better and getting a significant rally, then the chances of Tao following it are a lot better, and Tao can get a rally all the way up potentially to the next resistance area, which would be what used to be the support area of about 290. Unfortunately, I think that with Tao, the chances of it actually getting some significant new highs are a lot lower now that it lost this support area. And I think that for Tao to recover all the way up to over $400 to the areas of where Tao was earlier in 2025, and even much higher than that to where Tao was in late 2024, I think that it would require a much better sentiment in the entire crypto market, and we would need to see Bitcoin at least getting close to the previous all-time high, as well as Ethereum getting new all-time highs, and that would most likely lead to an alt season. And if that happens, then Tao can actually get some very significant rallies of potentially over 2x from where it is at right now, but I think that it is now a lot less likely. And I think that the much more likely scenario is that Tao continues dumping a bit more, and then it gets a bit of a relief rally followed by Bitcoin up to this previous support area to about $300. Now, this would still be a pretty decent rally of about 50%, but still nothing too incredible for a pretty low market cap altcoin like Tao. And I generally would say that I don't like what I'm seeing on the price chart of Tao. So of course, this is not financial advice whatsoever, but I would personally avoid Tao at the moment, at least until it goes lower and deeper into the support area. And even then, I'm not sure I would, because I think that there are some better opportunities in the altcoin market that have a much better potential to get a rally more significant than 50%, like I think that Tao has. And also in general, I would avoid being heavy into altcoins at the moment. I think that at least until Bitcoin starts doing a lot better, most altcoins will struggle, at least compared to Bitcoin. And also in terms of dollars, most altcoins will likely just consolidate at the best, and a lot of them will even continue dumping in the next few weeks. I do think that Bitcoin will most likely get back above 100k, even if we are in a bear market. I think that Bitcoin will get a relief rally to over 100k sometime in the next few months. The timing of it is very hard to predict, but I do think that it will happen sometime relatively soon. And until Bitcoin gets a significant rally, most altcoins will struggle and lag behind Bitcoin, and also probably underperform Ethereum as well. So I would definitely avoid being heavy into altcoins at least for a few more weeks until we start seeing Bitcoin and Ethereum doing a lot better. And also with Tao specifically, even if it goes all the way down to the next support area, it is possible that if Bitcoin continues struggling and it actually heads lower than the April low of about 75k, if Bitcoin actually starts going all the way down to 70k or even lower than that, then Tao has a very strong chance of even going all the way down here to about $180. This would also be a pretty significant support area, and it could even lose this area and go lower and start creating new all-time lows. And once that happens, Tao basically has no bottom and it could continue dropping a lot further. So holding Tao is very risky in my opinion, and I just don't think that it is justified, considering that the upside for Tao is only about 50% or so, maybe a bit more if it goes all the way down to the low from back in April. But as I said, I think that there are some much better opportunities in the altcoin market with some of the other altcoins that I have covered on the channel. So that's going to be it for this update. Of course, this is not financial advice, as I said. And if you want more updates about Tao as well as other altcoins, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.